just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize. All my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 oh. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, bullet for everybody in this room. But I don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man. Literally, I don't know what I do. I live for you and it's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home which are talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions there for real. Like who would you live for and die for? And would you ever kill? Whoa, 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 oh, oh, oh. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time.
Hi, it's Rugu here. In today's video we are in the mountains. This is the second out of 5 vlogs, and in today's video we are going to visit a video game museum. So the old Donkey Kong game on like the preview and stuff like that, so it's going to be super cool, especially for Nintendo fans, I suppose. I'm going to have some different old consoles. Hopefully you can play them. The views are of course as always stunning, but without further ado, let's go. So, the museum, besides the console section, also had a full-on Lego part of it, which had a lot of all their retro sets, all their minifigures, and even cities and scenes, which was really cool to see. Yeah, that was funny. Wow, this is really huge, this area. Have like the Titanic here, the Pac-Man arcade, a whole Lego city here. I have some of these sets. Here we have the Lego globe, like an older city here, and the Eiffel Tower even. Wow!
I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time.
Then, it was finally time to check out what we've probably been waiting for all this time, which is the video game museum. And right at the start, we've had a lot of consoles on the walls, on the sides, and a lot of posters with Mario Kart 8, for example, some Game Boys. Nintendo games and Nintendo consoles in there, just like a full-on array of like different companies and different consoles. And yes, we in fact did have Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was actually there, which I was really excited to check out. Of course, I do not endorse what you do in that game, but still it's like one of those classics that you just gotta play as a Nintendo fan. And we also had like a side Xbox game, which of course was newer, wasn't really anything that old, but it wasn't necessarily a museum of retro games, it was a museum of video games and consoles in general. We also had the Nintendo 64, which of course is a classic, just a classic, and even a special edition Pikachu Pokemon Nintendo 64, which I was like amazed to see in real life, because I kept hearing like stories about it. I had been seeing it here and there, so it was really cool to finally see it in real life. Then we had this thing, which was like a little nice game you could play, if you can call it like that, but we're going to come back to it later on. We had the GameCube, and you won't believe me, guys, we actually had the Virtual Boy. Oh boy, and was it cool seeing it in real life. Some more controllers over here. Some more consoles, the NES is over there. And you won't believe it again, guys. We had the Nintendo Color TV game. The actual Color TV game, which was actually Nintendo's, one of the Color TV games, was Nintendo's first console ever. So it was amazing to see it. And then...
Hi.
I suddenly bumped into my mom.
Let's play Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo Entertainment System.
Here you go.
Yeah, that was definitely completely sudden and unexpected and unplanned, for sure.
As always.
So then I also lost in Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Played a bit of Sonic, check out the Game Boy. Did some cool shots, as you can see. Okay, I'm not gonna brag or anything. We did have a lot of nice handhelds. For example, the Game & Watch. My mom played like a plain game over there. I played a racing game, and then we had the original Donkey Kong arcade game. We had the 3DS and the Wii U, which of course was a bit newer than like this other stuff. Then we come back to the retro era, if you can call it like that, to the Game Boy SPs. I did like an overview of the museum to show you how quite big, I'd say, and quite expansive it was. At least I wasn't expecting that much, so I was definitely pleasantly surprised. Then I of course had to take out my newly bought Nintendo Switch 2.
The first game of my childhood was
That's actually a good way to make money. Alright, and this game was just about combining the product with the day.
And that's the only one I know.
Like combining a console with its release date, with its release year actually. And yeah, I only got one. Here we had some Mario themed figures, which was also, I'd say, yeah, a nice addition to all of the consoles and all of the cartridges and all of the other games and stuff that you could find there all around. We even had some consoles that were manufactured in Poland. That's the first Polish console. I played a little bit of this, cause why not? We had this cool plushy cat, this cool Mario Odyssey poster, and then it was time to, I guess, leave the place. It was definitely a really nice visit. Definitely was worth coming there, so if you are ever, by any chance, in Karpacz in Poland, then for sure, I definitely recommend you to check out this museum. But don't go anywhere, we're not done. The beautiful city of Karpacz and the mountains. Still.
Alright,
Come on, I wanted to finish my emotional speech.
Museum, as you could see, it was like combined, as you could probably already hear. And let me tell you, it was like amazing seeing like more of these old consoles, because I already saw some of them like early this month, early June as of recording.
The mountains were still waiting for us to experience more amazing moments, make even more amazing memories. Because you know, it's only day 2. But yeah, we just went for lunch. to a quite a nice restaurant, I'd say. They had like these fishes here, which was really nice because, you know, I love all sorts of animals.
I'd lay down and wait, 'cause it's the fear of the unknown that cripples every step we take. And I just hate to put this on her, but
Then
I swear that I
we
will
came back home to
give
relax,
more than
to recharge
I
for a bit
take,
before
more than
embarking
I take away.
on another adventure, and our biggest one yet.
And I say, and I say, and I say, I say,
Yeah, welcome to chapter 2,
sometimes
okay?
you gotta bleed to know
The hike.
that you're alive and have a soul. But it takes someone to come around to show you how. She's a tear in my heart.
Right, I didn't take my selfie stick this time, but right now I'm going on yet another adventure with my Nintendo Switch 2, guys. I have it over there on my back, as always. And yeah, like it feels really, really peaceful. Yeah, I love the vibes here. The mountains are super, super cool. It's my first time in the mountains. So we're going to climb like a peak right now. One that's in the city, like I think over there in the trees. But like, yeah, it's gonna be really, really cool, I suppose. Another cool adventure, why not?
The songs on the radio are okay, but my taste in music is your face. And it takes a song to come around to show you how. She's the tear in my heart. I'm alive. She's the tear in my heart.
So we started climbing, and we were starting to see the city of Karpacz
Cool view.
from up top. Yeah, though it really wasn't that big of a hike, though it wasn't that big of a peak that we were headed to, the views were still really, really cool and were a taste of what was to come in the upcoming days.
You hear that, guys? I think it's a rooster. And
No,
Anoushka thinks
it's a wolf.
So then we had been hiking for quite some time, and then all of a sudden something fell into my mom's eye. Well, at that point she wasn't really that eager to continue the hike, as yeah, that was quite uncomfortable for her. We tried getting it out of her eye, but you know, nothing was working. And also, the road to the peak turned out to be much more robust than we were first expecting. I always love me some uncertainty and unexpected turns. The normal path in the forest is that weird, like come on. But you know, my mom loves comfort as much as I love adventure. So at that point, I started feeling really hopeless, ready to give up on this adventure and just go back to the apartment. Since yeah, it was getting dark, my mom's eye needed some help and maybe the road actually wasn't the safest. But Mom...
You fell asleep in my car, I drove the whole time. But that's okay, I'll just avoid the hole so you sleep fine. I'm driving here, I sit, cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. You fell asleep in my car, I drove the whole time. But that's okay, I'll just avoid the hole so you sleep fine. I'm driving here, I sit, cursing my government for not using.
After another fairly long hike, one cat, one rooster and some struggles later, we had finally made it to Karpatka, one of Karpacz's most beautiful peaks and places in the city.
But it takes someone to come around to show you how. She's the tear in my
And let me tell you, was it worth it? The hike, the doubts, the good, the bad, it was all worth pushing through for this kind of view and feeling. This feeling was something along the lines of, well, despite all of the hardship, here we are. Despite everything, it's still you and your mom achieving your goal on another one of your adventures. Yeah, that feeling was truly rewarding. I think that's something that everyone has difficulties with, but remember, often what's on the other side will make you laugh at the hardest points of the climb. Like, it made me laugh at the seemingly dangerous road in the forest. But remember, safety always first though. Oh, and just like it made this donut much more delicious. Same shot, bro. Alright, that's a bit different. Yeah. So then, I did not play Mario Maker, but I did play some Mario Kart World, which was really nice. I turned on the free roam mode to find a mountain-themed area to kind of feel even more like I'm at the mountains. Not that the actual views weren't really enough, but you know what I mean. I was starting to feel better. Was that beat switch? Come on! Okay, now I think it's a good moment to talk about the review. I was also recording the review of the Nintendo Switch 2 in the mountains at that time. So I wanted to get a few shots on this peak here on Karpatka, because I thought that would be a good place to show off some of the features of the Switch 2, like the detachable Joy-Cons for example, all of that good stuff, you know. So yeah, my mom was kind of helping me shoot some of these shots, as you could see in the credits of the first day, but okay, let's not break the fourth wall too much, okay? I was kind of explaining what kind of shot I wanted, and now that I'm actually saying this, now that Uncle Rugu is actually saying this, the voiceover Rugu is saying this, I can tell you, I'm really happy with how they turned out.
Right, so we've seen the mountains, we've seen the view, we climbed, you know, on these rocks. It was amazing. I played a tiny bit of my Switch, as you probably know, and now
You sure
it's
did.
time to go. Guess what? Home, aka the apartment.
So the road home also wasn't the longest and wasn't hard at all. We met some nice people over there on the peak, which kind of showed us the way.
Można było z takim skrótem iść i się wtedy wpadało do strumyka.
My mom was in Karpacz before, like 20 years ago, along with her mom, which is my grandma of course. So she was kind of like explaining and kind of trying to like put it together with like this current trip and like recognize some of the places, and she actually did recognize some. Then we came back to the center of the city, kind of, if you can call it like that. We went to like a nice pizzeria for some nice pizza. The weather over there was really nice. If you're watching this, yeah, it was really nice in that pizzeria, the atmosphere and everything. And that was kind of the end of the day. But was it the top? Was it the peak? Or can we go higher than this? Because you know, when we were at the peak, I saw something, and I think that was the cauldron of the Great Pond.